Welcome to Maryland 2021. We are virtual again. So what we're going to do with you this year is we're going to share some projects and yarn that goes with them. There are some neat ones. There's some that we feel have been overlooked. All of them have been favorites of ours. So we're going to get started with this little show and tell. We're going to start with Mesmerized by C.J. Brady. Be right back with that. Mesmerized by C.J. Brady is a one skein project that uses simple stitches. It starts off with just a few stitches and you build up from there, and even this pretty scalloped edge is crocheted as you go. So this is a simple project. It just uses double crochets and chains. It uses a G hook, so you're not worried about working into tiny stitches and tiny spaces. You start off with just a few stitches and it grows as you crochet, so you don't need to worry about counting and recounting a long beginning chain of crochet. Uses one skein. It's great for those variegated yarns. You could also do it in a monochrome. This particular colorway is Bloomin' Pansies. It's a pretty spring pink, but we didn't have any on the rack. It's in the die queue, so I grabbed a couple more colors that I thought would be nice. Tart is a 500-yard skein, merino, nylon, and tencel, and it has a very smooth yarn face, so this would be easy to crochet. No fuzziness, no losing your stitches and where you're supposed to go. This one is Spread Your Wings. Be pretty in that. This one is called Let's Do This. This one just has a couple colors in it. That would be really nice. And I thought Ziggy Stardust would be cool. So that is Mesmerized by C.J. Brady. Next up is Festival of Stitches. We'll be right back with that one. Hey, we're back with our next favorite. This is Festival of Stitches by Lisa Hannes. This is a long, sort of rectangular, it's angled at both ends, so it's not really a rectangle, shawl that is just what its name implies. There are a ton of different sections and different stitches. It's a beautiful use of one of our trios. You need 3 skeins of yarn, 3 different colors, 1 skein of each. It was originally designed in our Caroline, but that was our old Caroline. We have new Caroline now. We had to reimagine it, and it is what we think is even better now. The original colors were Dark Adobe, Dark Pegasus, and Oyster. This one is Yummy 2-ply, and it is Oregon Mist, Right as Rain, and Spiny. The dark one is Spiny. This is Right as Rain, and this is Oregon Mist. It has a cute little tassel. That's optional. We didn't have either one of the original colorways, so I brought a couple other ones to show you. This project is really nice because it has so many stitches. You're not going to get bored. It's not hard. She does a great job. Lisa Hannes does a great job explaining the stitches. There's a little bit of mosaic. There's a little bit of simple lace, some striping. Yeah, not hard stuff, but really beautiful and 0 chance of getting bored. So in Caroline, I brought along Fig Together and Eternity. I thought that would make a nice combination. This is Fig, this is Together, and this is Eternity. Caroline is 70% merino, 20% cashmere, and 10% nylon. Our new Caroline has less halo. We think that that makes a better wearing yarn. It's still super soft, and it comes in 400-yard skeins. and you would need 3 for Festival of Stitches. And then in 2-ply, I tried to pick something similar to our sample. I brought along, let's see, what do we got here? Camp Mug Family and Baird's Whale. So we've got a speckle and a semi-solid, and that would work really well. This is Yummy 2-ply. Y'all are familiar with that. So our next sample coming up is called Autumn Mist, and we'll be right back with that one. Next up is Autumn Mist by Lisa K. Ross. This is a really beautiful crescent-shaped shawl. It's really nice and long. There's lots to wrap up in. But because it's made from 2-ply, our Yummy 2-ply gradient sets, and Moonglow, it's super light, and it has some opaque and some see-through sections, so the texture difference between the 2 yarns is really beautiful. You need 2 skeins of Moonglow in one color, and then you need a gradient set. The knitting is simple. It's garter stitch and stockinette. It's really, really pretty. The color changes are simple. The best part for me is this beautiful little picot bind off edge. I don't know if you can see it there. I love that. I think it's so sweet. The shape is really easy to wear, and like I said, there's a lot of shawl here, and it's simple, easy knitting. It has this nice curled, curly potato chip, curly fry edge. I love that. And it just does that naturally. Easy to block. This particular colorway, like I said, is Autumn Mist, and the Moonglow is called Mizzle. It's a beautiful blue. We didn't have any of that particular set. It sold, the last one sold today, so Miss Vicky told me I could not have it to show you guys. So I chose Surf's Up. This is a gradient set in Yummy 2-ply. So here's the gradient set called Surf's Up. Pretty blues and some greens. And I chose, let's see, Deer Moss. That might be pretty with it. That's Deer Moss Moonglow. And I also grabbed Attic, A-T-I-K. It's out of a gradient. It's probably a star name. And I thought that one would be pretty with it as well. Autumn Mist by Lisa K. Ross. So you need a gradient set and 2 skeins of Moonglow. Super easy knitting and a really great garment when you're done. Just really pretty. Love that edge. Next up is Raspberry Cordial by Casapinka. Be right back. Next up is Raspberry Cordial. This is Casapinka's Anne of Green Gables inspired mystery knit along. Was very quick. It's just 2 toes and 1 skein of speckled yarn. This was knit by our very own Veronica Parsons, and the colors that she chose are, the speckle is Exuberance, this is Cousbay, and the bright green is Ghoulish. This was part of a mystery knit along with Casapinka and her cat, Sharon from Security. If you have a chance to do one of her mystery knit alongs or knit alongs in general, they are super fun. Just so much chatter, so much camaraderie, just super, super fun and well done. This shawl, it has a shape that sits on your shoulders nicely. I don't know if you can see that. It's got 2 areas of increases. It's a lot of garter stitch, so it's easy. There's some lace, and there are some slip stitches. Super fun knitting, super fun group. and you end up with this nice little shawl in just a matter of a couple of clues in this case. So this is done in Yummy 2-ply, and as we often do here at Miss Babs, we thought this might be one of those patterns that you could upsize. So Ivy decided to try it in Yowza and Yowza Minis, and we were successful. She was successful. So this is her raspberry cordial shawl done with Yowza. The colors are dusk is the purple, rock sparrow is the brown, and in the meadow is the green. It came out a little bigger, a little warmer, still really beautiful. She did hers on a size 8 needle. You can see some of the detail there. I can hold this one up a little closer. Very fast knit, and a nice size shawl when you get done. These were the colors for the 2-ply shawl. This is Exuberance, Cuspe, and Ghoulish. And then I have the leftovers from Miss Ivy. She used up almost a full-size skein of Yowza. This is the dusk, and this is what she had left. And then she chose two Yowza minis to do the color pops. And this is in the meadow, and she had quite a bit left. She used just under half of it, I think. And this is, these are her leftovers. This is Rock Sparrow. This is kind of a tan speckled color. So if you have a full-size skein of Yowza, you can upsize this pattern and do it on a size 8. I did grab a full size. I thought one more colorway would be nice just because I love picking colors for things. So this is Pacifica, River Severn, and Giant Sequoia. You could do it in that as well. Of course, there's a ton of choices in Yummy 2-ply. You can always call us and ask us for color choice help. We're always happy to do that. So you might want to give the raspberry cordial a try. It really does. It has some neat stitches, and it has some neat techniques, but nothing too hard. You should give one of Casapinka's mystery knit-alongs a try because she really has some good patterns, and the people who join her group and chat and help, it's just a lot of fun. So next up is Terra Maris, and we'll be right back with that. Next up is Terra Maris by Alina Apasofa. This is a rectangular shawl. It takes 7 colors of Yummy 2-ply toes. There are lovely, lovely transitions between these colors. The original Terra Maris set, which is what I'm showing you now, goes from blue to green to gold to this beautiful rust. There's all kinds of slip stitches and lace and little stripes. It is just beautiful. Really, really a wonderful knit. Ivy has knit this shawl twice. She loves it. She is contemplating making a third. They come in sets for Terra Maris. They are 7 toes. This is the set that you just saw. This is Cygnus, Old Gold, Cumin, Heading Home, Mojito, Mindful, and Celtic. So that's that beautiful set of colors that you saw in the shawl. We have tons of special editions. that we have put together. They're kind of hard to show, so here. This is special edition 53. Goes from a beautiful dark red all the way through some neutrals to a plummy purple. This is special edition number 50. You can take a look on our website. We put these together so that they walk beautifully from one color to another. I have a whole bunch of them here, but they are not easy to show. So this is really pretty. This is number 57. They're numbered. We've got a whole bunch of sets on the website. This is 54. Yummy 2-ply is a 400 yard skein. These are our Yummy 2-ply toes. These are 133 yards apiece. We use them in lots and lots of projects. So there's another one I grabbed. These are all Terra Maris set special editions, and we think that this project is just lovely. Lovely to wear, lovely to knit, with some really lovely colors. This is Terra Maris by Alina Apasofa. Next up is Berries, Leaves, and Vines, and we'll be right back with this cute little cowl. Next up is Berries, Leaves, and Vines by Michael Harrigan. This is a stranded colorwork cowl using 3 colors of Yummy 2-ply toes. If you have never tried stranded colorwork, this is a really good one to try. The floats are short and the instructions are really well charted, and he wrote a really wonderful pattern. This is a cozy little cowl. It's knit in the round, of course, and all you need is 3 colors of Yummy 2-ply in our little toes. These particular colors are turkey red, box turtle, and fleur de sel. I was not able to grab those from the studio. You can wear it either way, really. Was not able to grab those from the studio, so I grabbed turkey red cockles and dark roast. And when we pick colors, we always hold them so that you don't see the tags. We hold them so you get like a bouquet of yarn butts. So if you have stuff in your stash, if you have toes in your stash, you could go and make yourself a little bouquet and see what colors look good together. You can see in this how this is done. There's a little bit of low contrast, there's some higher contrast. So this is a really great pattern for using up colors that you have, trying out new colors. I pulled some we can take a look at. If you want to go a little bit more traditional and you don't like brown, you could put a green in there. That would be pretty. An easy way to pick 3 colors is to pick 2 colors that are sort of close. This is, this is Rainforest and Suspense. So you've got 2 colors that are kind of blue-greens, and then add a neutral, and that would work nicely for that cowl. You can go super bright. This is Sweet Pea, Marine, and I believe Violaceous. Yeah, you can go super bright with this. You can go kind of all one side of the color wheel. We got greens and blues here. This is Forever and Suspense and Hops. So that would make a really pretty combination for berries, leaves, and vines. And then you can always also go soft. So this is Coventry Fig, and Provence. And that would be really pretty too. You might want to give Michael Harrigan's cowl a try. This was one of our very first stranded colorway pattern offerings. We think he did a great job. Michael Harrigan and Berries, Leaves, and Vines. Next up is Be Loved, and we'll be right back. Be Loved came in two varieties, Yummy 2-ply and Yummy 3-ply, so we're going to talk about those in just a second. Next up we have Be Loved by Jennifer Weissman, and we did this in both Yummy 2-ply and Yummy 3-ply, so you have choices. Both are great yarns, but we're going to start off with the Yummy 3-ply version because it's Helen's favorite. For no other reason, because they're both beautiful. This design is a long kind of arrow. It's pointed at both ends, so it's a long rectangle that is pointed at both ends, and it is lovely and graphic in nature, and I think you can guess why it's called Be Loved. These wonderful honeycomb shapes are created with slip stitches. These colors are Imperial, that's the purple, and Spotted Flowers, which is the contrast color. This is Yummy 3-ply. What I really like about this, other than the fact that it's long and really wrappable, is that she did an I-cord edge. So the edges of this shawl do not roll at all when you block it. You don't have to worry about having to continually block it again to get your edge to lay flat. These lay flat because it is an I-cord. So the other version is Yummy 2-ply, just a little lighter, just a little smaller. Pretty, pretty colors. This is Franklin and Mantis. Really, really pretty. Slip stitches. You're going to have to weave in some ends because of the color changes. I don't know if you can carry those inside the I-cord, but I guess that might be possible. Really, really pretty. I did pull a couple color combinations. This is the original colorway for the 3-ply. This is Imperial and Spotted Flowers, so you can see that you want some really nice contrast there so that your work really stands out. This is Catherine and Foxy. That would be another choice. You can always contact us and we'll help you pick colors. In the Yummy 2-ply, I was not able to find Franklin and Mantis, so I chose Rosy Finch down here on the bottom and Denim. That might be pretty. And also Bab's birthday color, Hitchhiker's birthday color, Hitchhiker's birthday, and Giant Sequoia. That might be pretty. Yummy 2-ply or Yummy 3-ply, your choice. Beautiful results, slip stitches. This is Be Loved by Jennifer Weissman. Next up is the Bromelia Stole by Irina Anakieva. This beautiful snuggly stole uses 2 skeins of Yowza on a size 7 needle. There's garter stitch in the middle, but it has these 2 beautiful ends that have these beautiful lacy cables. They are just so snuggly and texture rich. Both ends. Oh, so nice to wrap around. This color is Softly. We were out of it when I left the studio today, so I pulled a couple other colorways. This is the other end. I just love these lacy cables. They are so beautiful. The edge on the garter stitch is this beautiful detail, and it does not roll. Very thoughtful detail. This stole is cast on with a provisional cast on in the center and then worked out toward both ends. We just actually put up a nice little tutorial on a provisional cast on. You can find that on our website. The other colors that I pulled that I thought might be nice for this, they're light. When you're doing cables, it's nice to pick something either light to medium so your cables show up really pretty. This is Adobe, this is Together, and this is Provence. I thought those might be nice. You need 2 skeins. It's done on a size 7 needle. You can look up our provisional cast on tutorial, learn a new skill, and have this wonderfully big wrap, this beautiful stole with these beautiful lacy cables. It's really, really nice. This is Bromelia by Irina Anakiva. Next up is Columbary, and we'll be right back with that. Next up is Columbary. This is a beautiful sweater with a stranded colorwork yoke. The colors are Calming Aura, that's the color work in the yoke, and Deer Moss. And this is a very generous sweater. The color work is easy. It's a great first colorwork sweater. The yarns are super easy to work with. Yowza is a very smooth yarn, but it does do color work very nicely. Columbary is by Stephanie Lotvin. You need to check and see your size to know how many skeins you'll need, but we can help you choosing colors as well. This one is Calming Aura and Deer Moss. So this is Calming Aura and this is Deer Moss. It's a nice combination. You do want some contrast, but in this case, it's not a high contrast, and yet you still get some really nice, colorful work in the yoke. I really like this one. So I picked out another colorway that I thought would be nice. This has some higher contrast. This is Lurch here, which is a really, really dark purple. And this one was our speckle colorway that we developed for DFW last year. I thought that would make a nice colorwork yoke. So Columbary by Stephanie Lotvin. Really nice sweater, one of our most popular sweaters this year. Yowza in Deer Moss and Calming Aura. Next up, I'm going to talk to you about Vinicunca. I have the yarn, but I don't have the sweater or the hat, so I'm going to show you the yarn for Vinicunca next. Next, I want to talk to you about Vinicunca by Beatriz Rubio. There is both a sweater and a hat that she designed using all over slip stitches. The beautiful colors in the sets are slipped to show over a neutral background. In this case, the color that she used was Oyster. So the hat uses this set of 6 and one more skein of Yowza Mini in a neutral color or another color of your choice. This particular set is called Vinicunca, because it's the sample, the sweater that she put the pattern out in. The hat has sizes all the way from baby to adult. You need one set and that additional other colored skein. We recommend a neutral, so you know, a gray or a brown, or if you were to pick a lighter shade of one of these colors, that would work. We're happy to work with you to help you choose colors for the hat. The sweater uses full-size skeins of Yowza for the neutral background for the set of 6 that you would pick. We carry a variety of sets of 6 in Yowza Mini. Yowza Minis are 200-yard skeins of our flagship yarn, Yowza. The full-size skeins are 560 yards. The sweater features slip stitches on a boxy fit body. It is meant to be worn with positive ease. It is worked from the bottom up, and it is a surprisingly fast knit. Slip stitches mean that on the rows when you're slipping stitches, you're not knitting all of them. So you can kind of zip along. Both garments, the hat and the sweater, are surprisingly fast knit. So this is Vinicunca by Beatriz Rubio, made from Yowza and Yowza mini sets. Next we have A Long Winter's Night by Laura Ayler. We're going to show you some pictures here in just a second, but I wanted to talk to you about the yarn first. The sample was knit in Miss Babs Killington, which is a Polworth and silk blend. The original colors were Fogbound and Catbird. This is Fogbound on the bottom and Pewter here on top. You need 2 colors, and you need them to contrast because you're going to be doing some mosaic knitting. Killington works out great as far as the yardage is concerned. Pulled a couple other combinations here. This is Fig and Cascara. That would be pretty. And also Muslin and Adobe. That would be gorgeous too. The shawl is a big cozy triangle. It was originally done as a mystery knit-along. Like I said, Laura Ayler has some beautiful projects. If you've never knit one of her patterns, you really should try it. She's a favorite. So in A Long Winter's Night, you will be doing some lace. You'll be doing mosaic slip stitches. You'll be doing some twisted stitches. It has lots of great texture. The colors blend beautifully together. The shawl is a big shawl, so it's really wonderful to wrap up and cozy into. You could also use one of our other DK yarns. You could use Yowza. You would need 2 of one color and 1 of the other color, or you could go full-on luxury and do it in Kunlun. Laura Ayler's Long Winter's Night is a beautiful wrap, and it's one that we think that you should try. Next up is Mary Annarella's Stark Baking Mad. This was a riotous mystery knit-along based on the cooking show, the Great British Baking in the Tent, with lots of fun. If you've never done a Mary Annarella mystery knit-along, you seriously need to. Right now we are about to start the Nights That Say Knit, based on Monty Python. If you're a fan, this is just going to be a riot of a knit. The Stark Baking Mad sample isn't with us, so you'll be seeing some images here in a second. It uses fingering weight in 4 skeins. You will need 2 of one color and then 2 other colors that contrast with this color. So this is Yummy 2-ply in rutile quartz, sorry. That's these two. And this is cumin, and this is beryl. So you can see how the color combinations might work. We will have sets on the website. And I had to grab some off the rack today. So this is Pegasus, sugar, and aubergine. Pegasus, sugar, and aubergine. And then one more, just because I love having choices. This is frozen, ergosphere, and chirp. So it's 2 of one color and then 2 other colors. The pattern didn't work so good with variegated colors, so you want to pick 4 skeins of fingering weight yarn. You could substitute Putnam or Caroline, Sonatina. You could even add Estrelita or Woodbury. It was a super fun project. The group that Mary Annarella has on Ravelry had just the best time. So we really recommend the Stark Baking Mad pattern, and Mary Annarella does a wonderful job with a fun mystery knit along. You really need to try it. They're a hoot. Thank you so much for joining us. We're sorry that we can't be together this weekend, but we will be putting up more content. We have some specials. We have a new yarn. We have some colorways still to show you. So I hope you'll join us. You can seek us out on our website. There will be links. We also have 2 Facebook groups. We have an Instagram account. We also have a newsletter that you could sign up with us. And if you ever need to get in touch with us with any questions or concerns, you can always email us at info@MissBabs. Thank you so much, and we really, really look forward to spending time with you at another festival and definitely with Maryland Sheep and Wool for 2022. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.